we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. Offense comes up on first down in 13 personnel. This can create some problems for a defense. There's the handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Looking to throw. It's Barnett. Caught in the flat by the running back. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Any good offense has to have a reliable, quick to intermediate passing game. Even though that wasn't enough for the first down, it's plays like this that help you sustain drives and not get stuck with third down and long.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Bought some time, now lets it go. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. Third and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this fourth and short.
On fourth down, a short toss to the running back. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
Well, this is exactly what can happen when you're overly aggressive and things go bad. And I get it when it's late in the game and you're trying to climb back into it. But to have a turnover on downs now, man, this one could hurt you.
Outstanding field position to begin this drive. Here's the handoff. He finds some space. Breaks into the clear. He rolls out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
On first down, why not keep it on the ground? It's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Back to pass. It's Jenkins. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they'll set up for the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. First down, looking to throw the ball. Running out of time in the pocket. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Scanning the field, it's Barnett. Running back grabs it on a screen. And the tackle is made. Not the big play they were looking for, but a pretty solid game.
Screen plays are risky because the defense can get to the quarterback, and it also can be covered. Many times, the quarterback just throws it away. Here, they get some positive yards.
And completion makes it second and short. Receiver in motion now. That's a design quarterback keeper. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Third down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. Quick throw, the catch is made. He moved the ball across midfield and set up a fresh set of downs.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Second down play coming up. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Extending the play now. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
New set of downs for the offense. First and 10. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And he'll heave the ball deep down that right side. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Yeah, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. They get him to the ground, but it's first down now at the 28.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. Forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
He's in the clear. He'll head out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
It'll be Smother right at the line for no gain. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Looks right for a quick completion. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around.
Again, this is a really nice job here by the defense, keeping everything in front of them in that situation. Now they're rewarded with this third and long. We'll see if they do the same thing here, or they're going to sell out and bring the pressure.
Looking to scramble. Launching one to the end zone. And the pass is incomplete just across the goal line.
Well, they decide to throw the ball here on third down and short. I really thought the easy thing is just run the quarterback or hand it off, pick up the first down, keep this drive alive, and get 6 points on the board.
This will fall incomplete and a turnover on downs.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this fourth down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Running play goes backwards, makes it second down and 12 now. Looking to pass. It's Jenkins. A throwaway there. Gave up on the play, but now it's going to bring up third down. going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. And he'll drop back here on third down. Lets it go quickly. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. After a short return, he's tackled at the 18. What an enormous takeaway by this defense.
Chris, I think I can hear him calling out blocks after that pick. Or was it the defensive coordinator next door up here in the booth? Either way, they were looking to score after coming up with that interception. The offense, if they did anything right, it was keeping him out of the end zone.
They'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
The offense that time just trying to get the ball out in the perimeter, trying to find some space to be able to get their speed into. Pretty good job by the defense slowing him down.
Moves out of the pocket. They'll try a pass here. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Grabbed by the receiver. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down. They've been stopped in their first 2 fourth down attempts. Here comes number 3. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Trying for a fourth down completion. Flips it to the running back. Can he make the first down? Brought down, but it's past the line of the game.
What a job by this quarterback here on fourth down. Had to survey the defense. Eventually just goes to the check down for the running back. Moves the chains and keeps this drive going.
Breaking tackles and going. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kurt.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
And the point after is good. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fields it just outside the goal line. He steps out at the 21. That's where they'll start the drive. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. To throw, it's Jenkins. It's a short completion to the big tight end. To get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. And he dumps it off to the tight end. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Well, that's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback safety blanket.
2nd down after that previous play. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. The defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Just all around great defense here. Everybody's covered downfield. Really, the quarterback doesn't have anywhere to go. He tries to force it in, and before the ball can get thrown downfield, how about the big man getting up, climbing a ladder, and knocking that ball away?
It's getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Pressure is coming. And he'll just throw it away now. Couldn't make anything happen, and that's now going to bring up 4th down.
Well, he just threw it away here, Chris, and it's not the worst decision. You wish he'd find a guy open to give him a chance for this offense to convert, but at least they have some room now to work if they want to bring the punter out.
No fair catch. Looking to return this punt. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. First play of the drive now. They'll start from the 32. DB is backing off from the line now. And the single back takes the handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
He's going to take off. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Little eye candy here from the offense in pre-snap motion. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and to keep him short of the first down.
Second down after that run on a previous play. Toss it to the back, running left. Here he goes. Breaks into the clear. Tackle made after a big gain. Ball moves to the 21. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. No pin and pull there to the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
Gets rid of it on the move. That is broken up and incomplete.
Love the call here by the offensive coordinator to go with the slant route. Could kind of be a gimme for a quarterback, but give the defense credit. They were able to disrupt the pass.
Back to throw. It's Barnett. On the move now. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man.
The defense is so caught up in this guy running the football on this drive, they forgot to defend him coming out of the backfield. Nice positive play here.
Offense now operating in the red zone. In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a 4th down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
So they'll pass up the chip shot field goal attempt and go for it on 4th down. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal yardage to the 9.
Chris, how about this? You're inside the red zone. You get the 4th down. You go for it. You show that aggressive approach. Your players love you show confidence in them, and you're rewarded with a first down.
Makes a quick grab. Tackle after the catch, but the ball moves to the 4-yard line.
Well, Chris, it's a nice positive game, but let's face it, you're in the national championship. They've got to find a way to get this ball into the end zone.
So just 1 for 3 in red zone trips so far. They come up on 2nd and goal. And they'll run it out of the shotgun.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Off the play fake on first down. Nice grab. It's Payne. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there.
This is why running the football is so important. Run the ball, and if you go play action, it affects the eyes of the safeties and linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Scanning the field. It's Jenkins. Grab near the sticks. It's Joseph. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Well, this is the risk you take when you play man-to-man coverage and you leave a linebacker on a running back. The quarterback does a nice job of seeing that mismatch and getting the ball to the back for some good yards.
Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. Here comes a handoff. Muscles past the defender. Breaking free at the 35. He's in the clear. And this national championship game is now dead even, Kirk. We're going to have a fun finish here.
Maybe I'm being hopeful, but this has the makings of an instant classic right now. The way these teams are matching each other at an elite level in the national championship, it's getting more advanced the further we go. I'm with you. Maybe it comes down to the wire.
And the extra point was up and good. The PAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. Putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. So the first play of the drive coming up here. Under 3 minutes to play before half. Handoff in a single back formation. They've got him after a 7-yard gain. So 2nd and 3.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football. Everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football. This offense has been pounding the rock all year long. And here, how about the first half? This back is having a big day.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. The clock is stopped and we've reached the 2-minute timeout before halftime. So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Looking to throw. It's Barnett. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
What a hit there on 3rd down. The timing was perfect, and now we got a big 4th down play.
The drive ends, and the punt team on the field. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. And now the first play of the drive. They'll begin at the 38. And looking to throw now on first down. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Now here he goes. That gained enough for a fresh set of downs. Spotted at the 48.
Chris, it really looked to me like those linebackers in zone coverage had their eyes in the backfield looking at the quarterback. They lost the running back sneaking out on that angle route. And I thought the quarterback did a nice job of waiting, being patient, and then making a nice throw for a first down.
He escapes the pocket. Quarterback looking to scramble. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
And it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
The offense really clicking against this embattled defense. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a 1st down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Dropping back, it's Jenkins. That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle. Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here.
Boy, it's one of the things I love about this running back. It's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 21. Defense trying to make a stand here and prevent a touchdown. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Bringing pressure. And that's just thrown away. I don't think he's going to get away with that. Yeah, here comes the flag. So on 4th down, the decision is to trot out the field goal team. We'll see if he's got the leg from 49 yards out. Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. And with the miss, we remain tied.
Now, that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. Now you can see he's hanging his head. Poor kicker.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Send the back in motion. That wasn't alert enough. Didn't get the play off. That'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Corner's back up now, playing a couple yards off the ball. Oh, and he throws it back. Defense is coming after him. That is incomplete, but there's a flag down. Did the receiver push off? This time the pass interference call goes against the offense. Now here comes the bunch formation. Back to pass. It's Barnett. Looking to scramble. Quick throw complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
And that is always the toughest thing for a defense. When you cover the initial routes by the receivers, but then they start their second routes adjusting to the quarterback scramble, and they're able to get open. And when you have a quarterback who can run around and buy time, it makes it so much tougher on coverage.
Moves out of the pocket. And he slings it deep back to the left side. And it's picked off. He throws it right in the double coverage and pays for it. Brought down after a short return at the 20 to snuff out the scoring threat in the red zone. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. All right, let's get the second half going now. The kickoff team is out there. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. The quarterback hands this off, and there's nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Rough start to the drive. They lose 4. Makes it now 2nd down and 14. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Tailback with another carry. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Well, it's been tough so far to get this drive going. Now they face 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. What's the call going to be? The pocket breaking down. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Not much of a return, but the pick ends the scoring threat and sets the offense up at the 33.
Well, your best player's got to make big plays in these kind of moments, and that's what happened right here with this defensive back. The offense in a tie game in the red zone, looking at points, and instead, the defense with the interception. In a tie game, their offense now has the ball.
The offensive coordinator's got to love this starting field position. Dropping back, it's Barnett. On the run here, lets it go. And it's intercepted right near the goal line.
Well, they're rewarded for going to this nickel package, getting more awareness on the field with that 5th defensive back, and a nice job of coming up with this interception.
So the drive begins backed up at their own 5. Tough spot. And they'll use the ground game here. They get him down. The gain is to about the 12. Now it's 2nd down here.
That's a really good run by this offense. And, Chris, here they go. Up-tempo offense looking for a 1st down.
He'll hand it off. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this 1st down. They'll try to run for the 1st down. Finding some room at the 25. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line.
3rd down, I think the defense is really expecting the ball to go through the air. Instead, the offense keeps it on the ground, gives it to one of the more skilled players, and he gets the yards he needs. Move the sticks.
That's an important 1st down on that running play. Looking to pass. It's Jenkins. Running back has it on a screen now. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the 1st down.
You can see what the offense is trying to do here with this screenplay, but they avoid disaster by at least getting a few positive yards. The defense doing a great job of anticipating the screen here.
2nd down after that completion. And the quarterback dropping back. Fires it to the wideout. Punt over the middle. It's Dawson. They tackle him, but not before he makes the 45. A solid gain.
Well, you could tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
Offense clicking now. It's a 1st down at the 45. They keep him guessing with a run. He's got room to run. He's brought down, but the game moves the ball to the 39.
Nothing better than an offense on 1st down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Chris, I love the versatility of this running back. We're seeing what he can do on full display on this drive. He's been running the football very well. This time, they get him the ball out of the backfield, catching it, and he gets another positive gain.
Looking to throw it from the red zone. Looks to the left. Pass caught. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Trying to run it. It's Lions. They test the middle and get stuffed. That is just not open for business today.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
And they pick up the first on the ground. Headed for the end zone. Who says he needed explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, grinding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is the national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense, and that is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
They knock through the extra point. The lead is 7, 21-14. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Turns it loose downfield. He makes the grab. They tackle him at the 38. Solid game. Nice play there.
Nice play-action call here by this offensive coordinator. You can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight throw like this, pick up some big yards.
But the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game, is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Looking deep downfield to the left. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big game, but he couldn't hold on.
And I was hoping he'd be able to hold on to that football. That would have been a big play there on third down. Now a big decision coming up here on fourth.
Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. It's their first timeout. They've already gone for it 4 times and for it twice. Here comes a 5th. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. They make the stop after a huge play. Moves the ball to the 35.
Boy, the defense is in the right coverage here. It looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on fourth down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
This is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. And the pass is broken up beautifully to prevent that big play.
What a play by this defender to step in and swat that deep ball away.
They're backed up here trying to make something happen on third and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. You make the tackle, but the offense now set up with a first down at the 21.
Boy, the defense missed an opportunity to here put a lot of pressure on this offense. They allow them to convert. They could have got them to fourth down with the lead that they have. Boy, this could have been a knockout punch.
tackle there by the senior. Becoming a long drive, the 9th play coming up. To throw, it's Barnett. The pass rush closing in. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. As we head to the final quarter of this showdown, we're going to find out who can really make the plays when it counts the most. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's running out of time here. Football's loose. The offense makes the recovery and takes off. He'll be brought down. Nice play to make the recovery, but he stopped short of 1st down yardage.
Well, it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
Defensive coordinator's got to be pleased. That's a 3rd down sack. And he's going to head out of bounds, but not before picking up some good yardage on the return.
Well, this returner is about to get an earful, but at least the coach isn't as mad as they would have been if they ended up losing the ball.
1st down. Looking to throw the football. Looking right. This one caught. They finally make the stop right near midfield. It'll be 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the 4th.
Running out of time in the pocket. Pulls it in. It's Dawson. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
Chris, it's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Tackle is made just a short gain after the completion.
Well, they get positive yards here. You have a sense that they wanted a little bit more with that pitch and catch.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Trying to find room. It's Joseph. A juke to man, but not much room to maneuver. Stopped after a small gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
The receiver's got it on the jet sweep on 3rd down. That's enough to move the sticks. 1st down now from the 23.
You know, more and more offenses around the country over the years have been putting this play in. I love it because it gives you chances like this to pick up an easy 1st down. The defense squeezes, that receiver gets to the outside, picks up a 1st down, and move the sticks.
1st and 10 play coming up. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now I like the run play here, and offensively at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Good job bleeding the clock on this drive so far. They'll come up on a 2nd down. Back to throw. It's Jenkins. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Good job by the defense to fight through the blocks on that screen. He's short of the 1st down marker. Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Here we go. 7th play of this drive in the championship game. 3rd down and short. They'll run it to the left. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down down now. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And here's the fair catch by the return man. First play of the drive now from the 25. On first down, it's play action. Looking for a man deep down the left side. Oh, and he could not hold on. Would have been a huge gain.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Dropping back. It's Barnett. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. He's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. Now, instead of a nice gain, they're going backwards with that penalty call. Offense getting set. It's second down. The corner's now playing a couple yards off the ball. Second down, we're going to throw it. On the move now. Oh, he makes the catch.
Well, as a defense, he'll take that all day. No problem at all. You give up a short little route. You tackle him inbounds. It keeps the clock running. That's a great job by the defense.
Quick throw by the quarterback off the RPO. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down.
I love to see this team fighting the way they are. Picking up a first down on that third down shows you they still believe. They still think they got a shot to come back and compete in this game.
Two-back set, quarterback flanked by the backs. Looking to throw it on first down. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Fights through the tackler. And bring him down, but the back able to pick up some decent yardage in that screen. Offense getting set. Second down play here.
Good time here to drop this screen in by the offensive coordinator. And a nice job by the running back being able to pick up some positive yards here on this play.
Grab behind the line. It's Alston. And he rolls out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
Deep shot toward the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Oh, man, Chris, I really thought this offense had a chance to get back into this game. The only thing you'd hate to see is the interception. But give credit to the defense. They come up with a big play that potentially ices the game.
Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Grinding away on the ground. They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense continues to try to work the clock and secure an impressive victory here today. Second down after that run on the previous play. takes the ball and heads to the left. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Well, this is a huge third down coming up here, and here's where that chess match comes to head. And for the defense, they desperately need to make a play if they believe they have any chance of coming back to win this game.
So the offense faces a third and manageable here from the 25-yard line. And now the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this crucial play coming up. So the offense faces a third and manageable here from the 25-yard line. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Looking downfield, it's Jenkins. The receiver makes the catch. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Big guys up front, lined up. It's first down. Single back, takes the handoff. Stopped right there at the line, no gain. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Same tailback, another carry. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Not going to be easy here. Backed up, a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Makes a quick catch. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down.
Well, you go through the grind that this team has gone through, you learn to realize that your quarterback's going to be able to deliver on critical down and distances. There you go, third down, big-time opportunity to put this game away. They convert, and I think that may do it.
And that knee should do it. We have our national champions. This was an intriguing matchup coming in. We weren't sure which way it was going to go. Kirk, what do you think made the difference today?
Well, I think it's the critical moments, the third downs, the red zones, the turnover margin. Those are the areas you're usually going to see the difference in a close game. And today they were able to come up on top in a lot of those aspects of the game.
And that's going to do it as we crown another national champion and punctuate a wild, exciting season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Menu narration option is set to off.